Good morning. It is Monday and I've just finished a meeting. It was basically the first of a few onboarding sessions with my new freelance client. Today we just basically went through like the, asset library to kind of just have like a brief overview of all that and like the types of work they do. So that was good. I think I have tomorrow off, and then I also have an hour meeting on Wednesday and Thursday. So it's going to be a busy week for training. Aside from that, my other freelance client, I'm doing a bunch of stuff for their website. Basically, they changed the background of the website, so we have all these graphics on there that have the old background color. The first thing that happened is they were a transparent background, and then because of the screen readers, I had to go through and put background the same color as the website background on all those images. So I've already gone through and changed all the images, and now I need to go through and take away the background that's on those images and put the new background color. Hopefully they don't change anything ever again because it is a long process. Basically, I've set up an action in Photoshop that'll go through and do everything automatically for me. So that's what I'm going to be working on now. I'm just going to have some breakfast and probably take Hank out for a walk. It's actually sunny today, which is so nice. It's been pouring rain for a long time. Yesterday was like the classic lazy Sunday, like I did not move and it was just pouring all day. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy week with a lot of freelance stuff. I also have a market on Friday, so I think I'm just gonna do Monday to Thursday and then Friday do a market, Saturday do a market prep for Christmas. I'm trying to get ahead on videos because I'm very behind. I did not put one up yesterday because my computer was having a meltdown, but that's another story. I'm gonna go eat something and then get to work. I just went and dropped a couple orders off at the mailbox, and then I've just come here and I've been working on that background removal thing. So I basically went into Photoshop and I set up an action, which is just when you record like what you're doing and then it can replay it, so you don't have to. Does that make any sense? Like, I've set up a list of things to do to the photo, so all I do is open it, hit play, and the action will go through and remove the background and add the different color. So I've done that and sent out the options before I sent out the first like page of them, and then I'm gonna get feedback on it, and then I have to basically go and do that 40 more times, but not right now. So right now I'm gonna go and work on my cards because I need to send them into print. I thought I was gonna have about 4, maybe 8 max cards for print, and I have 12, and there's like a couple more that I'm like borderline I should print them, but I'm probably just gonna wait because it's gonna get expensive. It's already expensive, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm basically gonna just work on that for the next half hour, and then I had to take Hank to the vet for 320. So I've already done all the card stuff. I just need to go and be a psycho and basically like check everything over and make sure it's all aligned, write out the email and that type of thing. It sounds like an easy thing, but I get really perfectionist about it, which like I have to. If I'm gonna go print off 100 cards, like I want it to be perfect. So it's annoying for me because I have to spend so much time being like a psycho about how perfect everything is, but it pays off because you don't want a mistake when you're printing that many things off. And it's very rare that I do anything that's print anymore. Like, I used to be like pretty much a print designer. Now it's like 90% digital, I would say. So yeah, the cards are obviously a big thing that are printed, and all my Etsy stuff. I'm gonna go through and just double check, triple check, quadruple check. I've already probably checked it like 5 times. Just go through, make sure there's no spelling mistakes, make sure everything is lined up, the colors are all okay, and just write up an email and send it off. So hopefully they can take 12, because I emailed the printer a couple weeks ago and was like, oh, I think I have like 4 or 6 cards, and I'm basically doubling that, but they're usually okay to fit me in. It might just take a bit longer than expected, but I'm really excited to get this done and over with and not have to think about it, so I can focus on other things like removing the background for 400 photos. Okay, I'm back, and of course the heating just turned on and that took way longer than I expected. I got to the vet and they just didn't have me in the system for an appointment at all. She was like, "Are you at the right vet?" And I was like, "I've only ever been to this vet, so yes." But yeah, they didn't have any appointment, any record of me calling to make an appointment, but they were able to fit him in like 20 minutes later, so that took a bit longer than expected. And then I came back and I was so hungry that I went to the grocery store to get some food. And as I was coming back, it was actually really scary. There was like a fire truck going one way, and then the fire truck coming the other way, and then they were all kind of like all coming together to face each other from like 3 different directions, and it was like really close to my house, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And I got really like nervous until like I got inside. I was really worried that my house was gonna be burnt down or something. Anyways, we're here, we're fine. And I haven't heard anything else, but there were so many sirens, and then they were all just parked kind of looking at each other like from 3 different directions. It was super weird. But I'm back, I've eaten because I was getting a bit hangry there, and I'm gonna get started on, I'm gonna get finished, but I'm gonna finish up sending those cards to print because I did not finish them. It's something that I don't really want to rush. The new goal is to have it sent in for him tomorrow at 9 a.m. or whenever he starts, and get it done that way because I am definitely not going to get it in by 5 today. Yeah, it's 5 to 7. I'm not going to get it in by 5. This is my layout. I do this part in Illustrator, and then I make a PDF and then just plop it into this template I've been using for years. Basically it just has like the size of the card with this as a fold, and then my website and Instagram handle. A thing I'm so paranoid about is getting this right, because I have one here. These are cards I've already printed. I have one for this vertical card and then the horizontal, and the first cards I ever made, I printed them all with this one, even the horizontal one, so I am like so paranoid of making that mistake again, and I almost just did it when I've been working on this for like an hour. I did change something, but I think I'm pretty much done. Another thing I do, which is definitely not taught in graphic design school, is just go through and line everything up. Obviously I do measure things out, but I like to have just like a final, very visual way of lining things up. So I think I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna go through this one more time and then export a PDF of this, and then I basically just export it with the bleed and the trim marks, and then I need to write up an email and finally send this out a few hours after I said I would. Hello, it is Tuesday and I've just finished getting my cutter out and getting things ready to make some notepads. I am gonna first reply to some emails. I just have to get back to my printer because I sent in the cards yesterday, and I asked for a quote because I wanted to get a variation for one card, which I sell a lot of, so he gave me a couple options. So I need to choose which one for that, and then also confirm a paper because the paper I used is discontinued, sadly. So yeah, I need to do that and then reply to a couple Slack messages, one about those website photos and one just about an upcoming job. And yeah, that's the plan for today, is mostly to make those notepads and that type of thing. I'm thinking, yeah, the card should be ready by, he said the cards will be ready in about a week, which is usually the average for it, and then I want to do a press check because there's so many, so that'll probably add like a day or two to it, which I'm fine with. Like, I want to have everything up. I said I want to have everything up November 1st, but I realized that probably wasn't realistic, but I did get the cards to print. So usually I don't like to post anything on Instagram before Remembrance Day, like for Christmas stuff, but I do post it on my Etsy shop. I probably mentioned before in here that I activate all my Christmas stuff in September because people start buying it then, but I'm not gonna go and advertise it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I want to get my Christmas cards up as soon as possible, but I won't actually post anything on Instagram or like advertise them in any way until after Remembrance Day. So yeah, I have that and a couple other things planned. I want to, yeah, get the notepads done and pins over with, and I'm on a roll of getting big things that I've been procrastinating on out of the way. So yeah, that's a plan for today. First, I'm gonna go reply to those emails. Okay, it's the next day. I've tried to film this 4 times and every time I start talking, Hank walks to the other side of the apartment. Anyways, it's the next day and yesterday just totally got away from me. I don't know what I was doing. I was making those notepads all day and filming reels. I did like a bit of computer work, but nothing that serious. And then I suddenly looked at the clock and then I was like, oh shoot, I booked a yoga class, so I had to like run off, and then I came back from that and I was just really tired and I went to bed. But the day felt like it was like 4 hours yesterday. I don't know why, or I don't know what I did. Anyways, I'm about to go to a meeting for the onboarding for that freelance job. And yeah, after that I'm gonna work on some computer stuff, and then I want to make some pins while it's still daylight. Mostly, I guess that will kind of start on the computer and then move to my little setup over there. I've already cleaned off all my notepad stuff, but it was a complete mess yesterday. And that's not where I would normally do them. I would normally do them in my office, but because there's way better light, there is daylight out here. It's not great light, but it's better than my little office cubby, so I wanted to move everything out here just so I can get better light. Or if I'm doing like a bunch of things and it's nicer. But I was kind of doing a bit last night in there and I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. But anyways, I've got a meeting to hop to and I have a couple things to review before that. So I'm going to go to the meeting, computer work, and then we'll see. I will check in again though today. Yesterday I don't know what happened. Hopefully today is like a few hours longer. Okay, so I'm done that meeting and it was a 2-hour meeting and there was just so much information. And like by the end of the meeting, in like the last half hour, I was trying so hard to sit still. I find it so hard to sit still in meetings. Like I'm very fidgety, and yeah, basically no breaks, 2 hours and so much information, but it was good. The more I learn about the job, the more interested I am in it, so I'm getting excited. It's like definitely different than anything I've done in terms of like design before, but I think it's really cool and it's more related to art, which should be interesting. And yeah, it's not like marketing, which is most of the stuff I've done. I'm getting excited for it, but it's a lot of information, so I'm going to take a little brain break now and kind of try to absorb something and just like sit and do nothing for probably half an hour and then go take Hank for a walk. Actually, first I'm going to do my Etsy orders, then I'm going to take a break, then we're going to walk Hank. Had another very long meeting. It wasn't that long, it was like almost 2 hours, but a lot of meeting as in like a long meeting as in a lot of information, but I'm feeling pretty confident. Like the training is very in depth, with which I appreciate. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. So during that meeting I just missed a call from my printer and I'm thinking that it's him. I probably should check the voicemail before I came on here, but I'm thinking it's him calling me in to do a press check. So I'm probably going to eat something well, first I'm gonna call him back and then eat something, and then I'm gonna head out to go to the printer. If this is even a press check, it makes sense, it's a press check. Anyways, I'm gonna call him back, eat something, and then head out there to look over the cards. And usually when I'm doing a lot or I'm doing new files, it's nice to just do a press check, which is basically he prints it off. I go in, look at it, and say it's good to print off 100 of these or however many, and yeah, just to double check. I don't always do this, but for a large amount and for files that I haven't printed before, and one of the cards we had a bit of an issue before, so I just want to double check, make sure everything's all good before I drop a lot of money to print things that aren't right. Usually they're great though, like I've had problems and they always fix them. The printers are so nice. So yeah. I am back from the grocery store. It is very miserable out there, and I'm glad I just got that all over with and I don't need to leave my apartment again. Though I do need to go out tomorrow to return all that stuff in my trunk, and it's supposed to be pouring rain again. The press check went well. There's only one card that needs some edit, so I'm gonna do that in a second, as well as print off some of my pin designs so I can get started on that. The grocery shopping took a little bit longer than expected because I ran into my friend and ended up talking to her for half an hour, maybe longer. I need to get to work. Again, I failed to make the pins in the daylight, but I have a light. Hopefully it works. Okay, I'm gonna sit awkwardly because I'm trying to cover the light with my head because it's awkwardly shining on the lens and looking weird. Anyways, I am gonna end the video here because I'm gonna start a new video tomorrow where I'm gonna be preparing for my first Christmas market, and I wanted to put a little more detail in that, so I'm gonna separate that off and make a second video. But yeah, I've made way more pins than I meant to make, so I've been busy and I am very, very tired. So I'm gonna go to bed now, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye-bye. The light is just...